Talk Show.
It's the Daily Talk Show episode 342.
What's going on, guys? Hump day.
Yes.
Full studio right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do a roll call, Mr. 97.
What's going on?
It's not what you say.
You got to say.
Let's see if he gets it. 3D deal.
3D deal.
Oh, no.
He fucked
You
it
all
too. I'll
both
do it.
fucked
I'll do it. It might be an Australian thing.
Tommy.
Or present.
I was going to say here.
No.
Here.
Here,
Josh.
present.
Here.
Okay, you've gone with his.
No,
Do you remember that in primary
I do,
school? It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
do the roll call,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
present.
Mm.
You didn't do present?
No, well, I used to actually, I would run the roll call.
Of course you would. From your clipboard.
Yeah. Had a clipboard, worked out.
Oh my God, I just had a realisation. We've been walking past a tram stop and there's been ticket inspectors that have a badge on their chest that looks like there's some form of FBI agent. It looks so official. Looks more official than a police badge.
Yeah.
That's the perfect job for you, dude, if this doesn't go well. Don't you reckon? Even that beanie too?
That's been very rude about my beanie. The first day I wear a beanie, how long did that take? That was 1 minute 5.
No, you said, should I wear it? And I said, mate, if it's purely for a functional purpose, which is to keep your fucking scone warm,
Yeah.
go for it.
Scone being head.
Head. But if not, if it's stylish, bin it.
But with in regards to the present and what's that called? Roll call.
Yeah, roll call, yes.
I worked out when I was young how to do turn Excel spreadsheets, like turn the borders on for the individual cells.
Yep.
And so that's how I created, because I would actually run the roll call for football games within the school. Anyway, cool story.
And every person has their, their calling.
And so I don't know if have I talked about this on the show?
Yeah,
before?
you've talked about the
Where
roll call.
rather than doing a tick, you do a line.
Yeah.
And then you'll do like a cross for people who aren't there, and that was the system.
You're an old soul, aren't you?
Mr. 97 said that gave me a compliment about my beanie yesterday, which is why I'm wearing it.
And why would you do that? But secondly, what was the compliment? No, what was it? That's nice.
No, it was. It makes him look like he's got a bit of a street cred.
He said it's the equivalent of having a neck tattoo.
Neck tattoo. It's a neck tattoo all over again.
All over again. It's like I've had one.
Yeah.
I've never had a neck tattoo.
Jesus. There's no. You're saying it makes him look tough.
Yeah.
Little do they know.
You're soft as marshmallow. Inside.
In many ways.
Just your spirit. Hey, congrats, Mr. 97. Fucking epic edit that you've put together. We've just released a video on our YouTube channel. It's also on Instagram. It's an IGTV. But go to our YouTube channel, /The Daily Talk Show. The story of 3D Dill making his way down under. I love it.
It's an epic tale.
It's we've had some people message. Craig Harper texted me this morning and said, video about 3D Dill, awesome. So well done. He looks like a straight up Canadian version of you two fuckwits. Perfect. Loving your shit, mate. I was thinking you are going to morph Dill into the three of us. Like I even noticed in that video, Mason, that it was we all got it from Josh. Oof. Just about if something's like it's like a reaction to something. Oof.
Did he say oof?
I say it in that, and I was like yesterday. I'm so glad I didn't say anything because I was like, I heard Mr. 97 say that he's been saying, and I was like, you idiots. And then I saw myself. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm doing it too.
I think I've got cut through with because I think I repeat things over and over and over again.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
There's definitely something Mr. 97
Oof.
has been saying a lot. Absolutely not. Hey, 97, do you mind just doing absolutely not?
Absolutely not.
But
the problem is it gives him this. It's. I know it's funny, but it's also this power to knock back any request that we send his way.
He's got to be careful when he uses it.
Yeah, he'll be gone soon. No, I'm joking.
You wouldn't be aware of this, but 97 had a bit of a disaster at the gym.
Did he?
Yeah.
What? You hurt your arm the other day.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
no.
my tricep.
Now this is more brand
It's the
damaging.
elbow.
Brand damaging.
But it wasn't great.
What did you do?
Yeah, so I was at the gym with my best mate Andre.
You haven't barbell curled in the squat rack, have you?
No.
That's a no.
So we finished our workout. It wasn't actually in the gym, but we went through and we went into the pool area and had like a little cool down in the pool or whatever. And then after that we go into the sauna. And to walk past the sauna, it's like a spa sauna area. And so the people in the spa, all the bubbles and the jets had turned off, so they asked me to go turn the jets on, which is just a little button on the wall. And so and so what I did is they just pointed at the wall, and I just hit the first button that I saw. It turned out that the button that I hit was a big red emergency button. Huge, literally like in red and white capitals, emergency, huge button. I smashed it. The alarms just are blaring across the whole stadium, the gym, the pool, the sauna. And so I just hopped in the sauna and I let the staff come and turn it off, and I was just watching it from afar. And I didn't end up turning the sauna bubbles, the spa bubbles back on.
Hell! And the guy doesn't even pay for a gym membership. He's getting a 3 months membership.
No, he's signed up now.
Oh,
signed up now.
Even more annoying. A paying customer. Is just.
It took them so long to turn off. It would have been like at least 3 minutes of it blaring.
What are they using the emergency for? Is it for
someone cracks their scone?
Yeah,
you know, like a Gronk walks in with a beanie on, and he's going in for a sauna session, slips on the you know.
That's resus someone the other day.
Oh, that's no
good.
Sauna,
yeah.
That's no.
You wouldn't want that sort of a response time if that was happening, but
no.
Well, I guess I don't. The response time in the alarm turning off isn't the big thing. It's more them. Did they come quickly? Did they see, was there pointing going on? Like, yeah, he was him. Like, and you're just in the sauna behind like a little window?
No, not really. I mean, I couldn't see them pointing because the window was like to my left and I wasn't directly in front of it because I was trying to hide. But no, they just came strolling in and flicked it off.
Was there no thought in what's this button? Because I feel it's something.
So the spa button is right above the red button, and they were just pointing at the wall, and it was just mindless. So just when he hit the first one, because I thought
UI issue there.
Yeah.
But
did you make eye contact with them for them to ask? No, for them to ask. I'm trying to work out how this could have been avoided, because I think I would have avoided it by.
You could have put your head down and keep walking after they asked you, but I didn't make eye contact with them. They just like pointed at me and started like.
There's some videos online of like buttons just put in random locations, and they just wait.
Videos online.
There's videos on YouTube where it's like buttons. So I remember maybe a car company did it. It's like an activation. They've just got this pole with a big red button on the top, and they're waiting for people to walk over and just go, what's this?
It's the big push the button.
Kyle and Jackie O did that, but that was like line up and press it, and it could be your turn, you win. But it's like people do, like I know Conspiracy Jimmy, his business, their front door doesn't have a sign, and immediately it throws people off. Like it doesn't have an open. Yeah. And I've always just saying, put an open for business. Come in, we're open. Like you need to be that descriptive.
Need to listen to Craig Bruce.
If you're at the lights and you're around a bunch of people and you just sort of, I've done it a couple of times, just like, not when there's a bunch of cars going fast by, but if you just sort of like,
what do you do?
I'm just pretending like I'm about to walk.
Okay, sure. Other people go
walk out.
My dad did that. I remember once when he, being a sort of a bogan family, it wasn't uncommon to drag race
at the lights.
At the lights,
yeah.
And Dad tells a story of once doing it, and just did like a quick nudge, and the person thought it was green and drove off.
I've seen people get flashed from doing that. There's like an arrow going straight ahead, which goes green, and then an arrow that sort of veers right. The arrow straight ahead went, and then this person went. It's so annoying.
Well, talking about flashing.
What kind of flashing?
Well, my favourite bit of the whole 3D deal video, and again, youtube.com/The Daily Talk Show, please watch it.
Yeah.
Was we gave Mr. 97 the 1DX, the big camera.
Yeah.
But this time, for something different, we put a flash on it. And I just, my main what was my main instruction to 97?
Just go hard. Go hard like paparazzi.
Yeah. I mean, that's a perfect camera for paparazzi. It's either great for getting action photos of birds flying at high speeds or celebrities walking, so you can get any bad facial expression they'll do.
So you need to watch the video.
There was neither celebrity or birds at the airport.
It felt like it.
Yeah.
And if you watch the video, you need to watch, especially the YouTube video, because it's the wider screen. You can see the confusion, the bemusement of all the people around.
Yeah. 3D Dill, who's the most famous person you've ever met over in your time in Canada?
Oh, geez, that's tough.
Because there's so many, or none?
All this, yeah.
The most famous person I ever met was oh geez, I have no
Can I
idea.
guess?
Yeah, go. Yeah, you have a guess.
Seth Rogen.
No.
Because you've never met him?
No.
No,
These because you haven't met these people, or because they're not the most famous person that you've met?
They're not probably the most famous person I met was members of a band.
Okay, if you haven't named
sounds
the
like
band,
we wouldn't know them.
Def Leppard from the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
So I met them 3 years ago.
Did you hunt them down?
No, I went to a show and I got second row at the concert.
Yeah.
I believe when I was doing my research on 3D Dill, I found an old illustration that you did for them.
Yeah.
That was about 2015.
It's fan art.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then that was kind of the first in that I got, and then got VIP passes. So
Fuck.
based on
And
the
he just-
illustration?
no, I had to buy it. I had to use my own money.
He just missed out on the internship with with them, and he took.
Are
the
you
one with
impressed
us.
that I knew about the illustration thing? Or
I am. I'm a little creeped out. But
yeah, no, I literally
years ago.
Yeah,
Mate, how do you think we feel with the guy coming over here to stay with us?
That's true.
More promotion of the video. What was your mum's response to the film that Mr. 97 made?
My mom loved it. She cried.
Yeah.
She cried. So I mean, if you can make my mom cry, then you're probably doing something good.
Oh, really? She doesn't cry that much?
Not. I've only seen her cry a handful of times in my life.
Have you seen your dad cry, Josh? Because our fathers are from a generation that's, was more stoic.
Cry.
Don't cry, but I mean, coming just out of it, and we're in the thick of the cry.
I think
baby.
I think
if you have to think, this
maybe
hard,
like funerals,
okay.
but not much.
Yeah,
very little. Do you think? I mean, you're going to probably change that for Bodhi.
Yeah. I'm happy to cry. Like I just don't have the filter in me that I can't cry if I feel like crying.
But don't you feel like when I I hate crying? Do you have that feeling? Like if you're watching something that's sad, like if I'm watching 60 Minutes and it gets sad, I'm saying to myself, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Amy loves a cry.
Yeah.
When I first met her, she would I was like, this is such a bad habit. She would watch sort of sad stuff before bed and cry, and she likes it. And I was like, when I've been singing that song to Bodhi, which he doesn't cry to anymore.
Have you told
the
the show about that yet?
Yeah, I mentioned that Rockabye Baby in the treetop.
Yeah.
And so the baby falls out of the. It's pretty rough song. The baby dies, falls, branch breaks. The cradle will fall. Yeah,
and out will come baby. Cradle,
down
baby.
will come baby, cradle and all. And so the baby's fucked. He's fallen from a tree. So Bodhi understood how serious that situation was for the baby, and he would cry when I sung it to him.
But the thing was that you played the video, which was very sweet. So you managed to get a little bit of footage of him and you've got to be careful of how you do it so you don't ruin the moment.
Well, because he's a narcissist. As soon as he sees himself on camera, he's
play
like,
out.
Oh, anyway, so I did get it, but he stopped crying to it. But I said to Amy, no, let's not sing it to him because I don't want to take him to that place. And she's, no, it's okay to go. And she was really proud of him because he sort of entered this, he's acknowledging. I was like, he's two.
Empathy.
He's two. I think he could be confused.
Yeah, well, what I liked about it was because I think you were rattled by the whole thing and wanted to keep it going to get the content. And so the video you played you were at the improvisation stage of the song.
I did it.
The baby fell in the just like you'll make it up at that. Like I was like, that's not the fucking song. You're like, yeah. I'd gotten to the end.
You go you take the tune and he started singing different song lyrics with a different melody. So he just brings it in.
What does that mean?
So, rockabye baby on the treetop. So he'd just bring in other words.
Okay.
And he just, so he's just remixing. Anyway, I used to cry when I saw this placemat that we had put down for dinner, and on it was a little boy sitting on a log, and I used to look at it and say, "Little boy lost," and then I'd cry.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was sweet.
It's
the last time I cried. No. No, I think, like you said, watching sad stuff, you need
It's annoying.
I think what you're describing about is entering in to a state where you're allowing yourself to cry.
Yeah.
Because
But it's also like, I feel that maybe it is because it's slightly suppressed that when you do it, it's really hard not to feel like you're a real ugly crier. Like I feel like it's either not crying or like almost like vomiting. But I made the mistake of buying my sister's Keeper on fucking Blu-ray.
Which mistake, buying a DVD or watching buying that?
No,
film?
it was just like spending money on a Blu-ray, a high quality replication of a film that is so sad. It's like, when the fuck am I going to watch this again?
You're watching sad movies twice. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Actually, I remember I cried in the movie Switch.
Who that got bloody Will Smith or something?
Adam Sandler. It was the scene. Do you guys remember? Is it Switch or Click?
I haven't seen it.
Never seen it.
Okay, it's the remote control one where it goes back. And there's this scene, and it was one of those cases where it's like, oh, fuck yes, because I was watching it. Like, it's a fucking Adam Sandler film. It's meant to be funny.
Yeah.
And then he was in a hospital, and he was invisible. No one could see him because he's like fucking time warped or whatever. And he was running out in his gown, and he's like yelling out for the people to see him, and no one could see him.
Yeah.
But also the other film, very sad, that I've seen, P.S. I Love You. Do you remember?
I haven't seen that. Oh,
it's the one where he
Gerard
sends
Butler.
The letters and shit.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah. It's not ideal.
Horror and sad movies is not what I typically want to just enter into. But some people do. Some people love getting into that sad mode. 3D Duel, when was the last time you cried?
Did you cry before you left?
I mean, when you saw us.
It was emotional leaving home, but I don't think that was last time I cried wasn't too long ago, realistically. I think it was after, because I had driven across the province back home to visit one of my friends, and I think leaving her was like, it's a little heart-wrenching.
Yeah. I did cry when I got a parking fine as well.
Fuck, that's annoying.
But it was because I had just started my business. I bought a tripod. I was at Mac in Richmond, and I parked it, got the fucking Rockstar Park out the front.
Yeah.
Little did I know that there was a sign that said no parking, no standing on Wednesdays. It was like a bin day or whatever, and they like the street sweepers.
Whack. It's like this one
bullshit.
Time.
It was literally between these 2 hours, and that's why there was so many fucking parks, because you're not allowed to park there. And I remember I was just like trying to be very careful with money, and I had the option of getting the OK tripod that was like $999, or the Epic one, which was $1,250 or whatever. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be smart. I'm gonna get the $999 one. And so I was like, fucking, I did it or whatever. And then I took the tripod and I like paying for it, and I went out and I saw a guy putting the parking fine thing. I was like, what's this? And he's like, oh yeah, you can't park here. And then I just remember on the way home,
your heart just sinks. I saw a girl get into a car yesterday next to me, and she just looked at me. She's like real cash, and then she fucking heart sunk, saw the parking ticket on her screen. She was a P-plater, just finished work. It is so annoying. I once was like, I'd always seen people driving around and they still have a parking ticket on their screen. I was like, these fucking Gronks.
They're hoping for it to blow away or something.
How have you not seen that? It's like,
I've definitely seen it.
How have you not? They've either haven't seen it and they're just oblivious, or they're just leaving it there because they hope that it doesn't.
Yeah.
If it blows away, they don't have to pay it, which makes no sense. But I'd been pretty hard in my head on these kind of people. And then I parked and I drove home and I fucking had one on my windscreen. So
when did you realise?
When I got home.
Really?
Because I was so confused. I was like, where the fuck is this from? I had this, and I had another time where I parked years and years ago, and this is where we've just got this devil inside us, of all of us.
Speak for yourself.
No, I think everyone has the fucking devil inside that's kind of like poses the thing you could
flush
do.
The toilet.
That's not right.
Flush the toilet.
I'll give you an example of the devil inside of me. I'd heard once that if you put a parking ticket that you got on a car that is exactly the same model, there's a high chance that they'll pay it.
It's the highest Gronk move.
It's the highest Gronk. I'll first say I never did that. So I haven't done that, and I don't recommend anyone does that because it's superior Gronk. That's like supreme Gronk.
It sounds like you have you though?
No, but here's the thing. Here's why I was so tempted.
Because the devil was inside me. And the devil
was inside of you. And it's clear on episode 14 what that was. I had parked too close to a corner.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there's a
rule. Be 10 metres.
10 metres in Australia, 3D deal. If you park too close to a corner, you get a ticket. Anyway, parked there. The car behind me was identical.
Mm-hmm.
Like same start, number plate started with the same thing, P, and same year, like fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Honda Civic. And I was there and I was like, oh, should I? And I didn't.
Really? We actually had a case.
I'm happy I did. That was 10 years ago.
We had a parking fine that we were given, but the rego they had written down wrong. Which it was like very much the same, but it was one letter difference.
Perfect.
So it wasn't you?
Well, yeah, you could write it off as not existing.
I got one put on mine. That wasn't mine. But I don't know. Mm-hmm. No, I don't think they were even trying to do that. I could have just been some cheeky bugger.
Uh-huh.
I remember as a kid, there was a store. It was like it must have been like a party store. Oh, no. Those prankster stores. You would have been. You would have gone.
What's new?
What's new? They sell all this sort of quirky shit.
Lava lamps.
Lava lamps.
But also like sort of zapper type
pens.
thing. Also big. Were you ever into Beanie Bears?
Beanie Bears, yeah. I've got one upstairs.
$20 a Beanie Bear. I think it was 10 or 20.
I think 15.
Whatever it was, that was sort of the go-to gift that you give a friend. It was like, oh, they got a Beanie Bear. It's like, which one are you?
I thought they were Beanie Kids.
Beanie Bear, Beanie Kids. I think, I don't know. We'll have a look at the one upstairs that I've still.
Why have you got it?
It's just travelled with me.
What is it? No, but how did it actually get?
I bought it when I was like probably year 6.
And so why do you have it?
Because I took it to my place in Shepparton. It was from I just, you know those things that's in a drawer and you just somehow it ends up at each place. And I've grown.
I think we need to KonMari this.
We can cut its head off. Or we can put it up on the wall.
That's the devil speaking.
We won't do that.
Yeah, go on.
No, but so at this place, I bought these fake parking tickets, and so I would go out in my street and write up.
Oh, that's good fun.
Fake parking tickets and put them on the cars. But I never waited around to see the reaction.
Oh, that's the best.
The whole point of it.
That's the best bit.
Oh, the flash thing that we had. So we had the flash on top of the camera. Getting Mr. 3D deal. Sounds weird when you call him Mr. 3D deal. Mum had one of those, and there's a button to sort of just test it, or just you just manually
it's the
do
pilot.
it. Yes, it's the pilot button. I would get out in the street at night, get down behind my mum's car, and when a car would go past, and I just thought it was so funny that they would be thinking. I was so young too. I couldn't even drive then. I just thought these guys are going to be so annoyed that they've been flashed. There's a little devil in action.
Yeah.
I was a little devil.
That's okay.
But as if you haven't had the devil sort of creep up on the shoulder to say, no, do it, Josh. Seriously, do it.
I'm trying to think of the, actually the naughtiest thing. I'll tell you a thought process the other day. Dill, when we went to Woolworths, did you know? Like I wasn't sure. I hadn't explained yet that the bags you pay for the bags. Yes. I saw Dill got a bag, and I just let it go. Where I'm like, I'm not going to explain. If he pays for it, he pays for it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Did you pay for the bag?
Nope.
Okay, there we go.
International criminal.
So we owe Woolworths
15 cents.
15 cents. That's a new rule. Is that a thing in Canada at all?
I think so, but like no one follows it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They have how many bags would you like today? You just press skip, and then you just take whatever bags you have.
Oh, you've been stealing since day one?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Dill, do you know what a Gronk is? Do you know what the Gronk meaning is? Because I've got my own kind of definition.
Well, I think people confuse also bogan with Gronks.
Okay.
In regards to interchangeable. Like, so for instance, last night we had sausages in bread.
Yeah.
Not a Gronk move.
No, that's not a Gronk move.
Very much bogan.
I think, so I want to, because I thought maybe I should define Gronk in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So
are we going to let 3D Dill have a crack?
Yeah, you go first and then I'll tell you.
I think for the Canadian audience especially, a bogan would be more of a hick
Okay.
that we have back home. I think that's probably something really similar.
Yeah.
A Gronk maybe a bit more of a degenerative hick.
Okay.
Like way out in the middle of the woods and has no teeth left over.
Sure.
Now that's an ice addict. No, but to me, we're all Gronks. To me, we
all have
are
a
all
bit of devil in us, don't we? It's just whether it comes out or not.
For instance,
It wasn't me, officer.
A Gronk move is where your brain has sent you a thought. A thought has appeared when you're in something. So Gronk move, you thinking about the fact that Dylan might not have paid, but you could say, I think it's very low level.
It's very low level.
Gronk move is when your brain says, I probably shouldn't do that, or I probably should. Say, for instance, you go to the bathroom and you make a mess. You piss on the seat, you poo on the, skid marks. On the what? Skid marks. Even to the extent of washing your hands, it sprays up and it goes all over the ground. And you look down on the ground and go, I should do that, but I won't. And so it's almost like the selfish act is the real Gronk behavior, where you've thought, I won't do this, but then what you've done directly impacts other people. So that's like pure Gronk behavior. But I think we all possess it. I think we all do shit so we're all Gronks striving for greatness. That's what we're trying to, from Gronk to great. That's what we want.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of if it were to be critical of me for a change.
Yeah.
I mean, where am I? Where do I?
I think you're a lot of the Gronk behavior is leaving. Like,
it's leaving. Oh,
remember that time when you were like, where should I? There's no bin. I'll just put that here. And you were walking downstairs to the garage where the main bins are, and I was like, bins there. But you even acknowledged it before you put it down. You're like, oh yeah. A true Gronk would have left it there.
I think it's got a close alignment with not my problem.
Yeah, it does. It does. One of the studio rules is you can't say it's not my problem. Do you know what I did, boys, yesterday? I cleaned someone's plate. I fucking washed it. I washed it in there.
What was on it?
A little bit of turkey.
Oh, fuck. Go fuck yourself.
Was it your plate?
No, I definitely ate all the turkey.
Was it Dylan's plate?
No, it was his plate. Mine was on my desk. I cleaned mine.
I think that is an absolute setup because I had turkey.
It could have been one of the two of you.
I don't think I would leave turkey just on the plate. But okay.
It was a tiny bit. It was almost like a bit of gristle.
Okay. Yeah, so
but you're a Gronk in recovery.
We need to fix that. The fridge is going to be an issue, I think.
What's the issue?
That the amount of turnover of contents of the fridge, things will start to get left behind.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, it's you've got an avocado that's rotting.
Yeah, I think if you just got to plan it out, boys. Know when you're going to eat it.
Well, the thing is, what I'm starting to realize is the friction. So I think part of the Gronk system.
Yeah, Gronk filter, you sort of on the lookout for the Gronk.
Yeah, the Gronk formula is also being like, I am going to avoid some form of friction at the expense of giving some other people friction.
Yeah. I think that's a good thought pattern.
And so part of it is it's like not being a Gronk actually means more friction. For instance, yesterday I was cleaning one of my bowls and Wheat Bix, like a cereal here in Australia.
Yes.
And it gets quite, if you leave it for more than a few minutes, it turns into like a concrete.
Mate, so Bodie, he loves Wheat Bix. He's punished 8 before in one sitting. It's more, that was an oof from Mr. 97. Oof. That's impressive because he's a pubescent child that goes hard on food. Anyway, he eats, and then around if you don't clean under the rim of the table, it's like you said, concrete. Yeah. It's crazy. We could build a fucking house with Wheat Bix.
Well, I think this place might be built with Wheat Bix. But I was cleaning late yesterday before we left. And I had it on hot water. I realized I'm not going to get this with cold water. It needs to be hot water.
Definitely.
I had it on and I was like rinsing the bowl. And then I looked down and the fucking bowl was set up so that it was going out of the bowl just all over me and on the floor.
I mean, it's pretty like...
Is that that's the standard
first, thing? Low level. Like that's what happens. It's what happens with...
I think the thing that I get most upset about is dishwashers. I'd prefer to just wash my dishes than what dishwashing's all about. Mum had a cleaner who would clean the house.
Ooh la la.
I know, but the annoying thing was, she would say, "Oh, Tara's coming tomorrow, so everyone clean up."
Oh, yeah.
Beg your pardon?
Well, you clean up because you don't want to be outed as absolute Gronks. Like a house absolutely filthy.
But it's the equivalent of the dishwasher, which is, I have no problem putting shit into the dishwasher.
Yeah.
What upsets me is the rinse that I need to do for the dishwasher. It's the biggest fucking scam I've ever seen.
No, I think for me, I mean, Amy likes to do it, but likes to actually just hand wash them.
Mm-hmm.
When you have, like, I don't want to have to spend any more time than I need to doing anything to do. Like this morning, dishwasher was full.
Mm-hmm.
I took it out all quickly and I put everything from, the side counter up into the dishwasher, and then I went and got Bodhi up. But it's like, imagine if I had to do that, but actually hand wash it. It's a privileged position to have a dishwasher.
Could you do 2 cycles? That's what I wonder. Like, could I just put it on,
put
do
it in
once,
really dirty,
and that's my one,
dude? You can get dishwashers that are absolutely
industrial, sort of grey type of thing.
Brutal. Amy's mum's got one. I saw her putting her dishes into her dishwasher, and I was like,
really,
your game. And then it came out sparkling.
3D Dill, you've been here now for like 5 days or something?
Yeah, 5 days.
What have you learned? What's stood out to you so far?
Just the fact that everyone's so laid back so far from what I've seen, like especially working in here and working with you guys, it's a really collaborative atmosphere.
Like we've conned him, haven't we?
Yeah, perfect. It's all downhill from here. Honeymoon period.
Everyone has an idea of what everybody else is doing, which is what I really like. I think that's definitely a valuable takeaway right off the bat. And also just there's so much more emphasis on being interpersonal with people that you're working with and even people on the street, especially realizing a difference from back home in Toronto.
Yeah.
People are more likely to say hi and give you a wave here than back home.
Well, yeah, we Australians are known for being friendly. We're in it, so we just don't really notice any difference. Let's keep the circle jerk going. I thought commendable effort, 3D Dill. We haven't. We've kind of said it, but you've come across to the other side of the country. Other side of the world. Sorry,
it didn't come from Perth.
It didn't come from Perth, but you've come very far, and it's so great. This fucking team building out, and
baby's sleeping well.
Baby's sleeping well, and we're all putting in effort. It's nice to you see how when you can get people around you that you feel like you can take it further. You feel like you can. It opens your eyes to see the possibility of growing. This thing to be huge.
Does it, Mr. 97? Does it make you think about like exchange programs or doing something overseas? You can say no.
Well, I think it'd be a struggle trying to find one of these.
Yeah,
like it'd be so.
What about a podcast exchange? Joe Rogan.
We'll take Jamie. Yeah. Jamie is elite.
And Mr. 97 is extra elite.
He's
getting there.
He's getting there.
And so
he's his own.
And so what would you? What have you taken away from having another team member, specifically someone who is #international?
I think the biggest thing is probably like you guys have passed on like so much experience and knowledge and put so much time into teaching me stuff. So it's probably that sense of responsibility that there is stuff that I can teach still. And so I feel like it's a bit of a responsibility to sort of show them how to do the camera, show them how to set up the podcast, edit it, show notes, all that sort of stuff. And just sort of teach him as much as I can, and then. Well,
you actually learn by teaching, right?
Yeah.
It was one of the things for when I was doing personal training at such a low level, but it's like you learn this shit in an 8-week course, and then you sink your teeth into it and start getting clients, and you actually learn by articulating what you've learnt, and it speeds up that process. I will say though, I was thinking about attracting people that are of a similar kind to you. So like Josh and I, you and I, we have similar kind of thinking about work and what we want and the types of people we are and, you know, self-starters with creating opportunities. You see 3D Deal and Mr. 97, similar.
Yeah.
Creating opportunity.
Which I think is rare because I think that part of it is, especially when you're seeking out something that requires them to have buy-in, but also there's like, it's a unique hybrid because most people I think are either one or the other. They either are super ambitious and they want to start their own thing and all that sort of thing, or they want a job. And so having the balance of some people who are super ambitious, super talented, but also wanting to work within a team and understand more, I think that's pretty rare as well.
I've seen to finish off, we're sort of going pretty long here for a solo episode between us. Have you noticed online?
You've been commentating more about the show. Even with Ruth.
Is that?
When the screen went out, Mr. 97 had done a thumbs up and I was all good. And then you're like...
No, well, because Tommy didn't see the thumbs up.
We're still recording. It sort of ruins the mood a little bit.
No, I think you got to. I mean, that's what it's like. A TV show, you can't do that.
Yeah.
A podcast that you can
There's something a bit rattling maybe as a guest to say, are we still recording?
I mean...
Are we still on?
Yeah. I guess everyone's experience, it would rattle you severely.
I think that if you come in,
about technology,
if you're
we're all different.
Yeah.
Like we're all so different. This almost plays into what I'm saying. There's I've been watching these people online, and everyone's saying, how many videos have you seen where it's like a lot of people have been asking me lately.
Yeah,
I'm just like, I actually think you can't say that anymore because no one believes you. I think where everyone's like they see it as how I need to create a video. How can I sort of launch into this video? Oh, I know I can sort of serve up what I want to talk about, posed as a question that I've been asked.
Well, when you're at the level like say Matt Diavella, he actually gets those questions.
Yeah, he's got a Twitter account.
But when you've got 20 followers and you're saying a lot of people are asking me.
Yeah,
well, I mean, I think that's why it's good having that's why it's good having an account, because when I do the Q&A things, I can dish up the exact questions that I want. It's like, fuck, they're wanting to know what projects I'm working on at the moment. Thanks for your interest.
Maybe it's the bullshit filter. We're all just it's
well, bullshitters know bullshitters.
Say that again. Bullshit. Say again.
I think if you say it in your head, you'll get it.
Bullshit. I didn't hear you. That's why I asked you to say it.
What do you think I said?
Bullshitters know bullshitters or something?
Yeah, bullshitters know bullshitters.
Oh, bullshitters.
Yeah, he got there. See?
Bullshitters
know bullshit.
No, K-N-O-W. Okay, gotcha. Bullshitters know bullshitters. So you're calling me a fucking bullshitter, are you?
No, well,
you're calling me a bullshitter.
You've bullshitted a little bit in your life.
I feel like I've had a filter on always knowing where the bullshit lies.
Yeah, but I think part of it is that it is human nature to be like, this is a metric that people are caring about right now. Is there an easier way for me to get to this thing that's not going to require me to do the work? I think that's natural.
I think
part of it is it's like the Q&A type of thing.
I think it's good.
If you're like, okay, this is a good benchmark to get people to ask questions, but then you rationalize in your head, it's like, okay, I'm going to put some questions out there as a way to get the ball rolling. I know that even when Envato started...
I think the bullshit thing, so I'm not saying don't ever make those videos. I'm saying don't be the person that is for like being a fraud. Like it is lying. And I think this is where like fake, phoners, fake calls in radio.
Well, yeah, you're referring also to that radio sensibility, which has been... Christian Hull spoke about it on Craig Bruce's Game Changers.
When he got into radio, he realised how fake it was.
Yeah. And so it's like, fuck, we don't have anyone calling.
Yeah.
Web guy Josh, can you call and say this? You once hit a cat and it's survived.
Dude, we did it in Shepparton. We had a list of people and we'd be calling them. Imagine getting a phone call from Tommy and Candy at 7:05 a.m.
Panicked. Call us now. And
hi Josie, it's Tommy and Candy. We were hoping that you'd be able to talk to us about it's hot. It was like it's cringe.
Yeah, it's not.
It's cringe. But yeah, the sort of just phrasing that. I just thought, have you noticed? Have you been noticing?
It's good keeping it. It's good keeping it real.
Yeah.
On keeping it real, real comments are great. So if you watch if you watch the video that Mr. 97 made of 3D Dill coming to Melbourne, it is our favourite video. Jump on YouTube, leave a comment or whatever. And then if you're a hashtag super fan or if you respect what we're doing, we appreciate reviews.
Oh, if you're a part
Apple
of the Gronk squad, you need to leave a review.
Yeah. Mention Gronk squad in the Apple Podcast review so we know where you're coming from.
Yeah, you know you've heard this.
Yeah. It's a Daily Talk Show, everyone. Hi at thedailytalkshow.com is the email. Is there anything else?
Nah. Happy Wednesday.
If Fat Fridays, we're going to do an Australiana themed. And Bree just sent me a text message that 7-Eleven are doing $2 pies. But maybe we keep that for another day.
No pay, no say. But I've taken them down hard enough that we can give them a bit,
Great. Catch you tomorrow, guys.
See you guys.